And the words there are, La tufaddiluni ala Musa. Don't declare me superior to Moses. So I think we better investigate as to, आपको इल्म है, write home and tell them to compare all the traditions, because that is quite logical. We can understand why he said it. But to say that don't declare me to be superior to all other prophets, this I can't believe. There must be something wrong somewhere, or he must have mentioned it before others, before the believers in those prophets. Then that becomes understandable. The fact which you have just quoted can help us understand not only the humility of Hazrat sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but also a very important lesson which he has given us to follow as a rule of conduct. It is a tendency of the followers of prophets to hurt the feelings of others as against their own prophet. They do not only believe in that prophet to be the superior, but also rub it in the presence of those who hold such prophets in high esteem. The result is their feelings are injured. So the only two times when Ahmad sallallahu alaihi wasallam prohibited his followers from declaring him of a higher status or more excellent than some other prophets are these two to my mind. Number one, when the same thing happened, a row was picked up between Muslims and the followers of Hazrat Yunus. And there, not that somebody slapped in the face of the believer of Hazrat Yunus, follower of Hazrat Yunus, but a row happened between the two parties, and the matter was reported to Hazrat, and he said, La tufaddiluni ala Yunus ibn Matta. Man kana ana khairum min Yunus ibn Matta faqad kazaba. Whoever said that I am better than Yunus ibn Matta, he has told a lie. Other wordings? तुफद्दिलूनी के अल्फाज, yes, I understand. ला तुफद्दिलूनी अला मूसा, ये हज़रत यूनुस के मुतालिक ये अल्फाज हैं. फ़क़त का जवाब. तुख़य्यिरूनी अला मूसा. तुफद्दिलूनी नहीं है. तुफद्दिलूनी भी आता शायद. Anyway, we'll have the matter investigated. As far as I remember, the name of Hazrat Musa was mentioned. Now, if that name is mentioned, as I know in other traditions, this version which you have quoted must be rejected then, because it is more appropriate. The row was between the followers of Moses and the followers of Hazrat sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the prophet concerned was Hazrat Moses. So it is much more likely that Hazrat sallallahu alaihi wasallam named him and did not make a general statement that do not declare me to be superior to any prophet in the world. So this is why I rejected it, because I remember the other version, and if these versions are proved to be correct, proved to be found in authentic books, then I should naturally prefer the version which mentions Hazrat Moses by name. But I'll come back to the discussion where I left. Hazrat sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave us this lesson that do not hurt the feelings of others unnecessarily. If you do it, the result would be that you will push them away from Islam. You will repel them again, and they would be less likely to accept the truth. This is the same spirit which has been mentioned in a verse of the Holy Quran. لا تسبوا الذين يدعون من دون الله. Do not um, call names to those imaginary gods which they have been created against Allah, besides Allah. Now those gods are claimed to be imaginary. No positive person is in one's mind, yet Allah Ta'ala has forbidden the Muslims to use harsh language against the imaginary gods, because the feelings are hurt. That is certain. Although the gods are imaginary, but their followers are not imaginary. They live. They are human beings. And when the feelings are hurt, they are pushed away from Islam. So much so that sometimes in retaliation, they start abusing God, a real being. So that retaliation is mentioned here in the Holy Quran. But in Hadith, that is not mentioned. But because the situation is similar, so we can safely infer from this that that is the reason why Hazrat Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is prohibiting us to do this. As I have said, the Holy Quran has made it very clear why. Because if you do it, you will create retaliation against your own cause. In abusing a bad cause, you will in fact invite abuse of a right and good cause. So this is why, in my opinion, basing my judgment on the Holy Quran, Hazrat Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam prohibited his followers to declare him superior unnecessarily in circumstances where this declaration could cause retaliation. This is the teachings and the most beautiful teachings of Hazrat Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, which have been unfortunately misinterpreted by some opponents of Islam. Instead of paying their homage to the greatness of this Prophet, who was declared to be the best, yet he was so humble and so wise that he told his followers not to declare this fact on the beat of drum unnecessarily. Instead of respecting him the more, they start proving from it a point which is not at all mentioned, or which is the right inference, that Hazrat Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was superior to none. This is what they infer, and this is the great objection. Perhaps that was in your mind too. Is that right? Yes. केड़ा नहीं उसकी जरूरत नहीं वो इशू अलग है he was trying to help you to another question and I forbade him to mention it, because immediately will be led to another discussion, completely different type of discussion. No, I won't. Yes, please.
About the Jesus Christ, we all believe as Muslims that it's written in the Holy Book that he has died, and even our Prophet Messiah has proved that he died as a natural death in Kashmir.
Correct.
When we discuss about with the Christians, other people that he died in Kashmir, they said that after 2,000 years after Jesus Christ, now we are proving that he died here.
Yes.
So would you
correct.
Put a light on it?
So many things have been proved to us after many thousand years. The whole process of progress indicates that all that is known to us today was not known to the people before us, and it's a constant process of increase of knowledge, new ideas, new discoveries. So why should it not happen to the world of religion, and only it should happen to the world of the profane? The Holy Quran is a living book, a world in itself, full of wonderful facts which are hidden from cursory observations and which are kept hidden by design for certain times. There is also mentioned about the